It's a chance for a fresh start for both Cleveland and Lorraine.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
As men, we'll go through many experiences throughout our life, like getting married for the first time, buying a house for the first time, and beating Elden Ring. With all these good experiences we're going to go through, it's a must that we're going to go through some horrible experiences. So, in today's video, I'm going to be going through the worst experiences a man can go through.
Ow! Damn it! No! Why? Hey, Lois, you should do that thing that I like.
Now, getting hit in the balls has to be the worst experience a man will go through throughout his entire life. Now, me personally, I've never gotten kicked in the balls, but I imagine if I ever did get kicked in the balls, it would be worse than childbirth. I feel like if I got kicked in the balls, I would not be the same person I am today. I would start talking different, walking different. It would change my entire personality. Now, I have gotten hit in the balls before. You know, when you're playing sports, you might get grazed here or there. You might get hit in your nuts sometimes. And that has happened to me. But I have never gotten kicked in the balls. I feel like if I was ever in a fight and a nigga tried to kick me in the balls, he's trying to kill me. That's attempted murder at that point. If you ever in a fight and a guy tries to kick you in his balls, he does not care for you. He wants you dead. He wants you out of there. But I have gotten hit in the balls playing sports. One time I was playing soccer and, you know, this guy just blasted the ball right at my nuts. And I fell straight to the ground. I was on the ground crying for about 5 minutes straight. And the coach is looking at me telling me to get up, you're gonna be fine. Nigga, no, I'm not. I'm literally going through the worst pain I've ever experienced. I'm on the ground straight crying and this nigga's telling me to get up. When I got up, my legs were weak. I couldn't even stand straight. I had to go right back to the floor. Now, getting hit in the balls is the worst pain a nigga will ever go through. But I feel like every man has to go through at least once. It builds character. Heartbreak. Now, going through your first heartbreak has to be the worst pain a nigga's ever gonna feel. You're gonna be the most emotional you've ever been in your life. You're gonna think your life is completely over. You're not gonna wanna eat no more. You're not gonna wanna drink no more. You're not gonna talk to anybody. You're just gonna be sitting in your bed, rotting, crying every day, thinking about the good one that went away. And you're probably gonna be wondering in the back of your mind, will I ever find anybody better than her? And you're probably gonna be thinking for years, no, I'm not gonna find anyone better than her. You're gonna be sitting there crying, bawling up in tears, not wanting to do everything. Grades start failing. That is the worst emotional pain a man's gonna go through, his first heartbreak. But every man needs to experience that because it builds straight character. When you go through your first heartbreak, you're gonna feel like you're the loser. You're gonna feel like you're not worthy for anybody else. But once you bounce back, you're gonna realize that you're the prize, that every woman should be fighting over you. So every man should experience this. Even though it's a terrible experience, you're probably gonna be feeling sick to your stomach when it first happens, especially if the girl cheats on you. You're probably gonna end your life, but you're gonna bounce back because after you come back from that, you're gonna realize that you're the prize and the woman needs you. So every man has to experience heartbreak. Even though it's terrible, it builds character. Balding. Now, personally, I'm not going through balding, and I thank God every day that I have a head of hair, and I pray every day that I do not go through balding. But I know a homie that is personally going through balding, and this nigga is completely losing his mind. He lost every ounce of confidence he used to have. This nigga used to be the most confident nigga in our friend group, and the second his hair started falling out, this nigga lost every ounce of confidence he had. He will not walk up to a girl and talk to her because he's embarrassed of his hair. He will not walk up and say anything to a person because he's embarrassed. This nigga, we would go in the pool, and this nigga would not take off his hat. We would tell this nigga, yo, take off your cap, it's all good, we're going to the pool. He's like, nah, I'm gonna keep it on, I'm gonna keep it on. Nigga was embarrassed to submerge his head because he was embarrassed to show off that bald head. Now, personally, I think my hair is everything. If I start losing my hair, I'm gonna feel like I'm losing myself because I feel like my hair is everything I got going for me. So I could not imagine a man going through balding because balding ages you up about 20 years. You're gonna think you're the youngest nigga alive. The second you start balding, you're gonna start looking like you're about 45. I know a man in my class that is 20 years old, and this nigga is completely bald. I went up to him in class one time, I asked him how old he was, and this nigga told me he was 20. I was completely shocked because I could have swore this nigga was 45. This nigga look old as shit. The second you start balding, you're gonna start looking like you got 4 kids and you got a mortgage to pay. Balding really is gonna start humbling a man. It's the most humbling experience a man can go through because you're gonna think, oh, I got no pain, I'm healthy, I'm everything. The second you start balding, you're gonna think you got nothing left for you. But you gotta build confidence and realize that, yo, even though I'm bald, I gotta deal with it. This is life. Getting a warehouse job has to be the worst thing a nigga's ever gonna go through. Now, when I first got my warehouse job for the first time, I thought it was gonna be straight chill. I got that job and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. It's $22 an hour. I'm just gonna be stacking up cheese. I'm gonna be on a forklift the whole time. But once that second week hit, my boss took me off the forklift and he put me on the real battleground where I'm having to start lifting up 50-pound boxes back and forth across the warehouse. My back was aching on the second day. I went to my boss and I looked at him. I said, yo, I can't do this. My back hurting. Can I go back on the forklift? And this nigga looks at me and tells me, hell hell no, you can't go back on the forklifts. And that's when I realized that I'm not built for this warehouse shit. I told him I'm gonna go on break, went in my car, never came back, never looked back. And I highly suggest that anyone in the warehouses right now, you better quit that job because you're gonna be 18 years old with back problems already. I was 18 at that time and my back was completely aching. I was wondering, why am I doing this to myself? I just started life. There's no reason for me to be slaving this hard. So I quit that job on the spot. I told him I'm never coming back. That nigga was spam calling me the next day saying, where you at? Where you at? I told him, yo, I'm done, bro. You got me through all this pain. Now, getting a warehouse job is a really humbling experience as a man because you're gonna think it's easy. You're gonna think you're built for it, especially if you came straight out of high school. But once you get into that field, you're gonna realize that you're not built for this shit and you're instantly gonna quit. But I think every man should go through it because warehouse job, even though it is a terrible job experience, it's gonna build character. Going broke for the first time. Now, as I just said, I used to work a warehouse job. I quit that shit on my second week. The second I quit, I had about 2 weeks of fun. I remember I had all this free time. I did not know what to do. I'm spending all my money. I'm at home chilling, playing the game. I'm having the best time of my life. But the second the money started running out, my life turned into a living hell. I remember I went into McDonald's, tried to order a McChicken and a small fries, and I gave the lady my card, and it declined. The total was only $6. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life because I'm inside the McDonald's. The lady says out loud, sir, your card declined, in front of everyone. Everyone broke their necks. They all looking at me, and I told her, oh yeah, I got the wrong card. I'm gonna go back and grab the right one. I went in my car and instantly drove off. I'm not coming back because I was so embarrassed. There's no way in hell I'll ever show my face at that McDonald's ever again. I don't think I've ever stepped foot back in that McDonald's since that moment has happened. Now, when I went broke for the first time, I realized that I instantly needed a job. Yeah, I'm having fun not being employed, but unemployment is even worse. Being broke is gonna teach you that, yo, maybe having a job is not that bad. If you went through any of these experiences in this video, yo, I'm praying for you, my brother. You gonna get over it. But if you haven't went through any of these experiences that I talked about, yo, you're the chosen one. You should be glad you haven't went through none of these experiences. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below what your thoughts are. But other than that, it's your boy Midnight, and I'm out. Peace out.